Was it an eventful 2-1 win today against Swindon Supermarine, to say the least? What was your take on it?
To be perfectly honest, the 3 points obviously is very important. The situation we're in at the moment, we need to start picking up points. So there's a certain amount of enjoyment that we've turned that around and got 3 points. And I think for possibly 15 minutes of that game, we've shown a little bit of character, and we've shown a little bit of desire to go and win a football match. But to be quite honest with you, for 70 minutes of that game, the performance is not acceptable. And the players have been told that. They were told that at half time. That's been reaffirmed again after the game. That simply is not acceptable. They have to start taking responsibility for their performances. They have to have a belief in what they're doing. This week at training, Tuesday, Thursday, was excellent. It was probably one of the best weeks we've had in. They were under no disillusions about their movements, about what we wanted, about their detail, about their jobs. And then there was almost, with this young group, a little bit of freezing, I suppose, a little bit of bravery that was lacking. And they've got to go out and show that. They've got to go out and express themselves. They've got to go out and be brave. And they've got to stand out to be counted. You know, we will always protect this young group because we know it is a young group, and we know there is so much potential. But for 70 minutes of that game, it was completely unacceptable, and we cannot see any more performances like that. And that point has been made very clear. They've also been praised, like I said, for that 15-minute spell where they showed up, where they suddenly decided to start playing with a bit of urgency, with a bit of desire, with a bit of bravery, and that's what we ask for them. You know, me and Glenn, we can accept mistakes. You know, that's part and parcel of football. But in the first place, you've got to be brave enough to put yourself in that situation, and there was a real lack of that today, and it's not acceptable. And it will have to change, and it will change. Simple as that.
Before we get on to the good stuff, if we can pick up on your point there about the slow start and obviously the less than ideal 70 minutes you mentioned there. It's not the first time it's happened this season.
It's not.
Games that come to mind of Winchester and perhaps Plymouth Parkway as well.
Yeah, it's not. And you know, like I said, we will always protect this young group because they need protected at times. Because there will be times when they simply don't know enough. You know, that comes with experience. It comes through putting themselves in these situations. So there will be a certain element from Glenn, from myself, from Churchy, that we will protect them. But first and foremost, you have to show a desire and a will to win a football match. And if that's lacking, regardless of how good you are technically, or regardless of what we worked on, you're not going to win football matches at this level. We've been in this league a long time. It is a unforgiving, relentless league. First and foremost, you have to show that desire and that belief and that bravery. And that was lacking for me today. Players that are willing to make mistakes, players that are willing to put themselves in that situation. You can't just coast through a game and hopefully you won't be the one that makes a mistake. You have to be brave enough to stand up and be counted. And that needs to change, and it will change.
Okay, obviously on the hour, it took a pretty special goal from Leighton Thomas to sort of change the momentum and lift the place, didn't it?
Yeah, I think Glenn's mentioned afterwards, you know, he turned up. He turned up for that 15-20 minute spell, and I thought he was very good. And again, that has to continue from him, but credit to the lad, it was a great finish. I thought he looked strong in that sort of spell of attacking football that we had. He was sort of pivotal to a lot of good things that we done. So credit to a great finish. He looked strong, caused the defenders problems as they started to tire, which everyone did because of obviously it was a boiling hot day. But no, for 15 minutes he showed up. But the game's played, well, nowadays the game's played 98, 100, 105 minutes, isn't it? So we have to work on that.
Penalty or no penalty for the second?
I think it was a penalty from my angle. Shaq used his body really well. We know how dangerous he is when he can drive up players in the box. So he's got a crossing, any sort of contact there. I mean, I think probably his next touch was probably a shot or a delivery. So So yeah, I would say penalty. But I mean, again, I haven't looked at it properly, but yeah, I would have said it was a penalty. Got himself in a really good position with his body, and the lads made contact. So yeah.
Great finish from Shaq as well, and quite quietly he's sort of sneaking up into the top reaches of the goal scoring charts already.
And so he should. You know, let's not be beat around the bush about it. So he should. You know, we're set up as a team. We create chances for him. So yes, he should be right up there, and he needs to maintain that, and I'm sure he will. You know, he's very hungry. There's a lot of things he's got to work on, but he's very hungry. He's doing okay at the moment, but there's a lot of room for improvement, and he'll be judged, like you said, on where he finishes at the end of the season with regard to a goal tally, and a player of his quality should be right up there amongst them.
Could the last 20 odd minutes have been a bit less frenetic, do you think?
Without a doubt, and this is one thing we are trying to get through to them. I mean, I think everyone gets involved in with the time being added on, with, you know, backs to the wall, how important 3 points are. You know, they're in a situation where they're fighting for their lives. We're in a similar situation where you're fighting for your life. So it's only natural, it's human nature that things are going to be a little bit frantic, both from the sideline and players. But I think at that point we can work on controlling games better, being calmer in possession, playing in right areas, you know, stretching the pitch, taking pressure off ourselves. So there's lots of things that we can work on. But credit to them, you know, for that last sort of 10 minutes, that frantic 10 minutes. One thing they did do is defend their box very well. So I will give them credit for that.
Hearts in mouth moment when Swindon Supermarine hit the post. Looked a close call as to whether it hit the player's arm or shoulder. Would you have been frustrated if that one had gone in and handball wasn't given? Yeah,
I would have been. Yeah, I know the incident you're talking about. Yeah, I think we all appealed as one, you know, from the sidelines. So yeah, I would have been a little bit frustrated if that had been the case. But perhaps it's you know, we haven't really had the rub of the green on quite a few decisions this year. They say it normally evens itself out. So perhaps that's one for us today as well. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, 3 points to take with you into a very difficult game on Tuesday against Hungerford, who were of course relegated from the division above last season.
Yeah, Hungerford, very good sides. We know a few personnel up there, the manager, etc. So yeah, they're a good side. Started reasonably well, strong, powerful. Be a very, very difficult job on Tuesday. But no, you know, as long as we can show the bravery that we're asking for and the desire to win a game of football, I'm confident we can cause any more problems.
I guess that was evidenced by the performance and the result at Poole.
Exactly. You know, like I said, this is an unforgiving league. You know, Saturday, Tuesday against very good sides, travelling involved. It's part and parcel of this league, and this is the other side that these young players will learn. It is unforgiving, and they have to turn up to every game that we play, because if you're not quite on it, you will get found out and you will get punished.
Do you relish the sort of the tag that you'll go into that game as underdogs, perhaps?
It doesn't really worry me at all. Like I said, in this league, you have pretty much anyone can beat anyone, so it's not a case of underdogs. Of course, we will be underdogs. They will be favourites to win the game at home. But no, it's not something that worries us. We just need to focus on what we're doing here and make sure we do it to the best of our ability, because if we're not on it, we'll come unstuck. So it's as simple as that, really.
Okay. In terms of personnel, no Thiago Sarr for a number of games now. How's he faring?
Very light training on Thursday with the physio, with Godric. There is an issue obviously in the knee area, so T won't be available for Tuesday. I have no doubt about that, but we'll see. It's just one we'll have to monitor and see how it is.
Okay. No Olaf today either.
No. Olaf has been struggling most of the week. A recurrence of the knock he picked up against Plymouth Parkway, the knock to the head, that the referee deemed to be a booking and not sending off, which baffled a lot of us. So no, he was struggling a little bit, but he's okay. He's we've had him checked out. There's no, damage at all. He just didn't feel quite himself. So yeah, it was best to give him leave him out today.
Okay. Any more ins or outs for Tuesday?
We will see. I don't know. We've got to focus on the squad that we got, and we'll prepare ready for Tuesday.
Okay. I gather you've been talking to maybe 2 or 3 poor players. How
As probably every other non-league club in this league has, I would imagine. So I wouldn't have thought we're any different than 6 or 7 clubs. So that will naturally take its course, and we'll see what happens with that.
Okay. Are you confident of getting the signatures over the line, or?
I don't know. I don't know how confident can you be. We've just got to first and foremost, we've just got to set out what we're about and go from there. Really, yeah. We can't elaborate on that too much at the moment.
Okay. James, thank you very much for your time.
No problem. All right, mate.